Well, Karl, I guess we're live.
Hey, look at us. We're on the YouTube.
It's amazing.
Pretty fantastic.
One thing I learned from that reality show this week is your mic on. Check your mic.
Check my mic. Check 1, 2.
All right. Karl, we're going to Vegas.
Yes, we are, sir. We're going to be there on June 1st with a live The Creep Off.
We could just call it a live creep off.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's like the creep off. The creep off live.
Yeah, I suppose I like to call it the live creep off.
Well, that's pretty wonderful. I haven't been to Las Vegas in many years since the last time I killed a man in an alley.
Hey, guess who created a Patreon over the weekend?
Yes!
That reality show. They're monetizing now.
What do you get if you join the Patreon? Because it doesn't matter. Take my money.
Dude, I was watching it this morning and Helga says, you can sign up for the Patreon, and he's also selling some of his art, digital art, for $5 a piece. It's like, Helga, we don't care about your art. What are you talking about?
I'd rather buy an NFT.
Yes.
It's worth more than your stupid digital art, dork. All right. Karl, back to Hackmania. Brian Johnson's going to be there.
Yes, he is.
Mahel is going to be our official results girl that night.
Nice.
So she's going to be joining us. And not only that, Karl, the category has been decided upon for what our creeps are going to have to be.
Okay, what is it?
That way you have plenty of time to work on it.
Great.
Creepiest Las Vegas. Simple.
Okay.
Biggest creep from Vegas. We might even be able to pull somebody off the street. Who knows?
I was going to say, did it have to be from Vegas, or maybe they did something creepy in Vegas?
You know what? Maybe we should go out into the street and see who we could find that's the creepiest and bring them on the show. And then, do like a live show and tell.
Remember that guy who I went to high school with who murdered
creeps?
his uncle and burned him in his yard?
Yeah, how's he doing?
He went to Vegas back when he was still married to this other woman I went to high school with. He went to Vegas and got arrested and spent 2 weeks in jail there.
Huh.
Which is hard to do.
2 weeks in jail in Vegas?
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much let you get away with a lot there.
That's true. But they don't let you murder your godfather.
That's true too. That is illegal in Vegas. I know a lot about the law now.
Karl?
Yes.
Hackmania.com, promo code CREEP, 20% off tickets.
Be there.
All right, let's do a show or something.
You're listening to the Karl Network.
Warning, listening to the Creep Off might leave you triggered. This episode may contain murder, rape, laughing at murder and rape, ableism, Lenny Dykstra, serial killers, smile-talking, fat-shaming, child abuse, drug abuse, pizza abuse, victim-blaming, and the state of Florida.
I'm going to give the people what they want. Sensation, horror, shock.
I'm going to deliver the goods because I'm alive and I'm not backing down. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Hamburger, I ain't going to have it.
Vomit-inducing thing.
Hola, creepos. Welcome to another edition of your favorite true crime podcast, the show about creeps by creeps for you creeps. My name is Vinny, and all I have to say today is
Excelsior.
True believers.
been a while since I hit that drop. Didn't forget about you. Joining me today, as always, it is Hot Karl.
What is happening, Vinny Paulino? Good to see you, my friend.
Big show today, buddy. Big show today.
Yes.
We did a pivot. For
Well,
those
you
of
and I
who are
discussed
wondering.
this after the bonus show. Now, we did a bonus show on Friday with the great Royce from Revenge of the Sis, and producer Chris was here, and we watched an amazing episode of Thunder in Paradise.
I'm just going to put it to you this way. Hulk Hogan versus Truckosaurus.
Oh, and it's
with the Queen of England.
and it's
watching.
crazy. Yes, it's even crazier than that. It is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life, and I loved it. So afterwards, we
good.
were walking out, and we said, "What's the category Monday?" And I said, "Well, producer Chris is standing right here. Why don't we do creepiest producer?" And you said, "Great, let's do that." And then you texted me this morning, and you said, "This is really hard." We got a bunch of kid diddlers and shit like that, but it's not that exciting.
You know, there was one I found that was pretty interesting, and I'm going to save for another day because it would have won me this round. It would have won
Here
me
we
today.
go. Here we go.
But Karl decided to pivot. So since yesterday was
Well, you
Cinco
were the
de
one who
Mayo-
said let's pivot, and I said great.
No, I said there were plenty of choices. I also said I didn't want to step on your toes if you had picked somebody. So I'd asked you if you would pick somebody else because I picked someone, and it turns out she was somebody that was used before.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Wow, you're changing this whole conversation now.
Do you want me to read it? Do you want me to read it?
It doesn't matter.
Are you illiterate?
Maybe. The point is this, Vinny. Instead of doing producer, which nobody even knew we were going to do that, we didn't have to talk about this at all. But yesterday was Cinco de Mayo. I hope you had a nice Cinco de Mayo, Vinny.
I did. It's my dog's birthday.
Oh, beautiful.
We
Very
celebrate
good.
Cinco de Sammy at my house.
Oh, wow. How fun. So,
Party hats and LSD.
because it was Cinco de Mayo yesterday, I figured why not present the creepiest Mexican? I think we've done this category before, but that's okay. We can find other creeps in Mexico, I bet.
There are.
I bet there's more than 2.
Safe bet.
Yeah, I would
Pretty
think
safe
so.
bet. Well, before we get into this week's competition, we need to go back and look at last week's competition. We did Creepiest Gang, and here to give us the results is our lovely, brand new, fresh out of the oven. It's Danny, everybody. Hi, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Now, Danny, last week you were on, and I was excited to see you. I'm congratulating you for your victory. And then you went and told us that Vinny had won, and I've been kind of upset about that ever since. It's been a bad week. I'm hoping.
I think that you did a wonderful job.
She didn't. It was
Your
terrible.
first week.
It was terrible. I'm hoping that she does better this time.
You're my favorite results girl so far. Nothing personal, Jess. God rest her soul.
Oh.
But Danny, you started off on the right foot. Do you want to tell us the results from last week's episode?
Of course. So the current score is 3-2 with Vinny in the lead. The last week's category was the creepiest gang. Karl brought the Bohemian Grove, which I personally was super excited for. No
Thank
offense,
you.
Vinny. Yours was awesome too. Vinny brought the Chicago Ripper crew. But the winner with 57% of the vote is Mr. Vinny Paulino once again.
Please.
Should we get Redhead Meg to be the results girl, Vinny? I don't know if this
Hold
is
on,
working out.
Carl.
I don't think this is working out
Carl,
right now.
Carl,
What's going on?
Do you know what this means?
What does this mean?
One more for the good guys.
It's game point, you son bitch.
Oh no!
It's game
How
point.
does
for
this
me.
happen? What's going on right
Hard
now?
work, perseverance, dedication to the art.
Okay.
That's how it happens, Carl. That's how you get dropped when you were up 2-0.
I really thought the Bohemian Grove was going to put me over the top last week. I was incorrect.
Damn. Danny, I got a surprise for you while you're here.
Oh, yay.
The listeners love you so far. And
Awesome.
you have been inspired. You inspired one of them to create Danny intro music.
Oh.
You have a jingle
Oh,
nice.
Oh, no
From-
way. That's amazing.
from Mr. Magenta.
Ooh,
He
okay.
sent this in yesterday. So, Danny, get ready for your jingle. Tell me if you like it. Because if you
Okay.
don't, we'll throw it on the fire.
Okay.
Danny, reading results so dandy. Please won't you post that fanny all over the Patreon. Danny, that body's so uncanny. Voice smooth like lemon shandy. Oh, you my creep girl.
I fucking love it. Thank
Me
you,
too.
Mr. Magenta. Oh
It's
my
a good
god.
message. It makes a lot of good points.
Mr. Magenta, he's crushing it.
That's awesome.
Oh
So,
my god.
So you like it? That's going to be we'll use it from now on.
I love it. Thank you. Yeah, that's amazing.
And
That
hopefully there'll
creep
be a
girl
sequel
Danny.
to that song at some point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was so
So-
cute.
Now, also, if you go to our Reddit page, they started a brand new questions for Danny for the month of May. So if
Nice.
you visit Reddit, you can submit your questions to Danny. And I went on there, and there was a couple. Do you mind if I ask you real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great. I just want to make sure I have the right one here. Wapio actually wanted to give you a really great point. Wapio says, "Dear Danny, if you ever get kicked off the show, Simply post a video of you throwing your child onto your Instagram. Boom, right back in.
Oh man.
Was that a question?
No, that
No.
one wasn't a question. That was more of a
Okay.
comment.
I'll do my best.
This one came in from Dr. Ted, Penis Astronaut, one of my favorite Redditors.
Yep.
Hi, Danny. Do you know what Karl did with Jess's body? Her swinger parents finally realized that she hasn't been coming to dinner.
Don't answer that, Danny. I don't. I know you know things. Let's not even. It's a pending situation.
All right.
I don't want to be next.
Make sure you submit your questions on that on the Creep Off Reddit page. So
yes, we need to learn more about Danny, our new results girl.
yeah, we need to find out everything about you, Danny. We're gonna learn about you.
Are your parents swingers, or were they swingers ever?
I don't think so.
So,
No.
okay. Need to get to the bottom of that. All right. So there's lots of things to learn about Danny.
All right. Definitely parents aren't as cool as Jess. We learned that.
We don't know about that.
We don't know about that. You can follow Danny at Danny Desolation on Instagram. And thank you for doing a wonderful job reading the results.
Thank
All
you,
right.
guys.
Thanks,
See you
Danny.
later, Danny. Bye.
Bye.
All right. I'm willing to make up with her if she gets it right next week.
Oh, I hope she does get it right next week. That means your ass is going to be spinning.
No,
spinning the
not. No,
goddamn
it does
wheel
not.
right there, son. It's like pointing to the WrestleMania sign. That's your fucking future.
Creepiest
there.
Mexican. Let's go, buddy. I'm ready for the competition. I brought it this week. Of course, you get to go first.
Well, Karl, since I had roughly 2.5 hours to put together a presentation, I really
Good. Maybe we should do this more often, where you can't fucking write a giant essay and read it to us.
I don't write giant essays.
Yes,
and
you
read them to
do.
you. This one is a medium-sized essay that I was able to put together in under 2 hours.
Okay.
My creep today, his name is Andre Mendoza. Excuse me. Coffee, baby. He is known these days as the monster of Atizapán, Mexico, part of Mexico City. And we're going to catch up to him when he is eventually apprehended around 72 years old. Records on this guy, pretty spotty, Karl. No evidence of a wife or kids. The only thing we know about him is that he worked a steady job as a butcher in a slaughterhouse.
Okay.
That's got to do wonders for your psyche, right?
I would imagine.
All day long, you're just chopping up animals and then walking out to Mexico.
Probably is not a great day, I would imagine.
So when he retired, he got into local politics and ended up being his area's representative to the board of participants, whatever the fuck that means.
Sure.
Arriba. Congratulations, you won. So he's well-known fixture in the neighborhood. He's always trying to help people. He's kind of beloved, but he's also a little sketchy because how do I describe this? He really likes pussy, really likes younger pussy, doesn't mind paying for it, hangs out at the bars in the afternoons and the evenings, and he's always befriending and hitting on women.
Now we're talking about Stuttering John. He's running for office. He hangs out at bars all day. He loves young pussy.
I hope you
I thought we were
that.
doing the Creepiest Mexican, not Puerto Rican.
Okay.
What's going on?
I'm just going to sum it up. Stuttering John. The guy's basically Stuttering
John. All right,
John,
you get my vote, sir. God damn it.
Sum it up. He's a creepy old barfly who is into politics.
Mm-hmm.
Do the math, kids. That leads us to a lovely mother of two, 34 years old, owner of a small cell phone shop. Her name is Reina Amador.
Now, does the shop sell small cell phones, or is it a small shop?
It's a small shop.
Okay.
That
the cell phones are normal size.
Happens to have cell phones there for sale.
I just realized I tried to do a tongue twister. Does it sell cell phones when it sells?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
You might have done it if your teeth hadn't have gotten in the way.
No shit. Well, this one's going this way. This one's going that way. The guy's in the middle like, what do you want from me?
My tongue's in the middle going, what do you want from me? Oh, you motherfucker. By the way, you pieces of shit.
What?
You and Chris
what
on
we
WATP. My joke, stairs easy for you to climb.
Yes.
Somebody's like, this is the greatest joke ever. La, la. And they go, it was Chris's joke. And Chris goes, no, that wasn't my joke. And Karl goes, no, I'm sure it wasn't your joke. Because there's nobody else there who could ever make a funny joke. Nobody else could have ever made the good joke.
All right. The voicemailer corrected us. We corrected the record. That is really funny.
I'm sorry I had to get off that.
That's the name of my autobiography, Stairs Easy for You to Climb.
Yeah. I like somebody made it simpler. I really liked it. Easy for you to walk.
Sure.
Carl Hamburger's story.
Stairs is funnier.
Agreed. My version was funnier. So either way, this is a woman. She's 34. She's married to a guy named Bruno Angel Portillo,
No.
who is a
You don't want to fuck with a chick who's married to Bruno. Sounds like a bad idea.
especially if Bruno is the police chief
Okay.
and that current municipality. So he's volunteering and helping her out. He's a beloved member of the community. He helps her out. And long story short,
Thank God.
one day he's going to help her go pick up some new products into the city. This was a normal thing. He would go with her and help. Bruno knew about it. He didn't give a shit. He's a 72-year-old guy. He's just going to go fucking help out. And she gives him a little extra cash. She's an old dude, whatever. So she doesn't come home that night. Bruno's freaked out.
Sure.
Bruno starts trying to figure out, trace her steps. And the first person he goes to is obviously the last person he knew she was with, Mendoza. Andre.
Yeah.
He goes, she left. I don't know, man. I saw her. I helped her. I got her with the phone. She's gone. He's a complete stonewall. So Bruno, having the resources that he has, goes and starts tracking her cell phone. He starts pinging it and he starts looking at cameras in the area the day of. He sees her go towards the area of his house, never sees her leave. Her cell phone is still pinging to the area of his house.
Okay.
So he starts thinking, according to him in later interviews, did my wife leave me for this 72-year-old loser who
Very
hangs out at the
possible.
bars?
Very possible.
He's fucking mad.
Yeah.
So the next day, he goes down there and he's pretty upset. So he wants to talk to this guy again. He shows up, knocks on the door. Andre won't let him in. He basically breaks the door down, goes inside, and starts calling her cell phone. He hears the ringing coming from the bedroom, goes into the bedroom, and he's hearing the ringing, trying to figure out where it's coming from. Floorboards. Pulls up the floorboards. This guy had a makeshift dungeon basement that he dug out of dirt.
Sweet.
Under his house.
Nice.
So Mendoza goes down, or not Mendoza, Bruno goes down there.
Yeah.
And Mendoza hightails it out of there the second he figures out this guy found this hole. When he goes down there, he finds his wife, right? She's on a table. Well, he finds his wife's torso, right? On a table.
Sure.
And she's been scalped.
Uh-huh.
Her face has been peeled off.
Okay.
Her legs over there, her arms over here.
Uh-huh.
Everything's all...
This is a big room he dug out. Wow.
It was big enough for her and a few others. We'll get there in a second.
Okay.
But I have the audio because the guy was calling the cell phone from the voicemail, like the recording of him finding the body of his wife.
Okay.
And it is not pretty. Here you go.
Mendoza!
Sounds pissed.
He wasn't too
Rightfully
happy.
so.
He was not too happy.
Yeah.
So either way, they apprehend Andre not too far away. Obviously, this guy is one of the police department. Everybody was jumping on board to come catch this motherfucker. By the time they're done digging out the pit that was underneath his house, it took over a month. They found 4,600 bones of people, which they presumed, when all was said and done, to 17 women, a child, and a man.
How many bones? That math doesn't check.
4,600.
4,600. There's about 200 bones in a body.
Huh. Well,
Yeah.
I had to translate that from Spanish. So
Okay.
this part
Okay.
from Spanish,
So it was like 3 dogs and a cat, probably. Okay, got it.
yeah. Either way, they found the bodies of 17 women, a child, and a man. So 19 other people apart from this guy's wife. So that's 20.
Wow.
Now, he confessed that with the exception of Reina, he met all of his victims in bars,
Mm-hmm.
places where they worked and where he visited.
You know, there's always that creep at the bar, the old guy who sits there by himself. You're like, that guy's a creep. But you don't realize there's actually dead people in his basement.
You
That's the
should
part
from the stink lines, though.
You should, yeah.
This guy had to have stink lines, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, in Mexico, there's a lot of stink lines. It's very warm there.
As they're digging through this place, basically he would bring these women back to his house and he would hit on them. And if they went for it, great. If they didn't, you end up in the fucking basement.
Okay.
He had a bit of an anger problem. He didn't like to be rejected.
Okay.
They found IDs, clothing, shoes, makeup, and bags of several women. He also kept their skinned faces and their scalps.
See, I think taking the skin off a face, it doesn't really do anything. It's the bone structure beneath the cartilage that makes it the face, right?
Well, I thought that too.
Yeah.
And they asked him about this during his court hearing.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
he
good.
said, all I want to do is tell the truth. I removed the skin from their faces because they were very pretty.
Sure. Makes sense.
And then he said, by the way, to Bruno, who was in the room when this happened,
Yeah.
he goes, Your Honor, what has been done is done. The husband was there. He saw it already. I mean, it's over with. What do you want me to tell you? That's like
funny.
a quote.
What's done is done. Look, we can talk about all this shit that I did until we're blue in the face. It's not going to change anything.
Yeah, I chopped her face off because she was pretty. What else do you want to know?
Are we done here? Can I
No
go now?
shit. This is and dude, that wasn't all that they found.
I would imagine, though, he was very good at dismembering these bodies, right? Probably very precise. All that experience in the butcher shop all those years.
This motherfucker didn't think twice. Muscle memory.
Yep,
He
nice.
just, you know how to debone a prostitute? It's simple. Or how about a police chief's wife?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty ballsy. He knows, he must have thought that he was so comfortable in his position as like this chief of the volunteer participation thing that nobody would have ever suspected him. But
Well-
he's also 72 and has no idea how cell phones work.
Right. But also, Vinny, I'm just throwing it out there. He might have had some mental deficiencies. He might have been crazy. It's possible.
Hold on a second. Let me show you a picture of him. You
It's
tell
possible
me,
he's nuts.
do you think whoa,
Oh, he's
God
doxing his
damn
email.
it,
He's doxing his email.
How
No.
is it still doing
Oh,
that?
what was that? Voicemails?
How did that happen?
I don't
God
know.
damn it.
Oh, that's going to be analyzed for months to come, I have a feeling.
Yeah, it's a real problem.
Oh, no. See, these guys do all the same shit that they like to goof on me for.
Nope, just me. I'm the only one who does that.
Oh, God. All right, this week on WTP, I'm reviewing The Creep Off,
You should.
hosted by Moonhead.
And there goes Moonhead. Docs and everybody. All right.
Troy Smith emergency episode. Oh, this is what he looks like?
Yeah.
What a charming
That's
old
it
man.
after they arrested him.
What's wrong with his face?
I'm guessing a couple beatings from the cops.
Ah, that would make sense.
I'm
Yes.
guessing they probably didn't like him very much.
I would imagine.
And then, hold on, I'm going to show you one more thing. This is one of the other things they found, Carl, in the basement. Notebooks, meticulous notes
Okay.
with the names of 29 different women. And then weird and fun statistics like that. Oh, man, I wish I could let you see this a little bit better.
What does it say? I mean, I don't really speak Spanish.
Well, it's hard to read, but I'm going to read you the translation of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to go fuck myself. It's probably easier.
You're really having some issues here. I really threw you
know
off
what
by
it is?
changing the category this morning, didn't
My
I?
mouse is fucked up.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah, man. Sorry. It's like stuck or something. I got to stop fucking the mouse before the show. It really is sticking. So it said, Carl,
This gives us the cliff notes here. Can we move on? What's
December
going
17th, 1994 at 5 a.m, blank passed into another life, age 28 years old, lived in Coatepec. Head weighed 4.5 kilograms. Liver and heart, each 4 kilograms. Legs, 2.5 kilograms each. Rib and right arm, 14 kilograms. Rib and left arm weighs 16 kilograms. Bust, 1.5 kilos each. He was eating and cooking with the meat as well.
on? I was wondering why he's weighing everything.
Yes.
I
He was
see.
keeping records of all of it, so he knew how much he had, because after all, he was a butcher, and this is what he was used to doing.
Sure.
Was taking notes after slaughtering something.
Okay. So what was he doing with the meat on from these people?
Cooking tacos, whatever.
Cooking for himself?
Probably.
don't
Probably
know?
others. Probably everybody else in the neighborhood when he
Okay,
had to have
see-
these big parties.
So you don't even know what's going on. All
He
right.
probably fed that to people at their kids'
Probably. Maybe. Who knows?
He probably.
Yep. Uh-huh.
He may have even raped animals.
Oh,
I don't
boy.
know.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
This presentation's falling apart right now.
It's
Vinny.
not falling apart.
This is
He
completely
pled
falling
guilty.
apart.
He pled guilty, and he confessed to eating them and using the meat
Uh-huh.
to cook with.
To cook
And then
with.
he would bury the rest of whatever the fuck was left down there. That's why there was all skeletons and shit. So, folks, without any hesitation, I can tell you that my man, Andre Mendoza, is the biggest creep from Mexico. When you visit thecreepoff.com this week, you can vote for Vinny.
All right. Or you can vote for Karl because I'm presenting to you Jose Luis Calva. Now, Calva's childhood was traumatic. His father died when he was 2, and his mother used to bring men home and force Jose to call them Papi.
Yikes.
This is your new Papi now. And she had a
I
lot
am
of
your
different,
Poppy now.
a lot of different guys coming and going. Then when he turned 7, he was raped by a 16-year-old friend of his older brother. At the age of 12, he was kicked out of his home by his mother.
So he had like 11 relatively good years.
Yeah, he was doing okay for like 6.5.
Okay.
So he met the woman he would eventually marry and have children with. And in 1996, he worked as a clown alongside his brother-in-law, who was a magician.
Oh, God.
So his wife's brother is a magician. He's like, oh, I'll be part of the act. I'll dress up as a clown.
Yeah, you know what he would tell people?
What's that?
My brother-in-law's a real clown, huh?
Come
Come on.
So they divorced, and she took the family and moved to the United States, got the fuck out of Mexico City. Probably a good idea for her because he sank into a very deep depression. He turned to alcohol and drugs. He would intentionally date women who worked in pharmacies to gain access to clonazepam.
Well, yeah, well, listen, everybody has a type.
I'm with you, man.
Some
NoFX has
guys
a song.
like blondes, some like big tits, other guys like pharmacists.
NoFX has a song called Pharmacist's Daughter about that very topic. In 2004, he became a murderer. His then girlfriend was found dismembered with her body parts stuffed in cardboard boxes. In 2007, the dismembered body of a prostitute was found stuffed in a suitcase shortly before his then girlfriend went missing. Play the video. This is the news report of what they found.
All right, give me 1 second.
Sure, buddy. I'm sorry. I probably should have warned you about that.
Oh, it's coming
ahead of time.
You know what? I can't do it this way.
No?
No, you know why?
Why?
Because it's not. Nobody's gonna be able to hear it.
I can't hear it.
I know. I just learned that.
What are we doing differently on the presentation today?
My mouse stuck closed the window that I usually use to play these.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm reopening everything and
Okay.
setting it up to do it again.
All right.
I love how when you struggle, you hate it when anybody says anything to you. And
Listen,
here I am.
I'm being very
trying
polite.
to help you with your
I'm
presentation.
being very patient and polite with you today. I mean, this is really a disaster.
Is it that much of a disaster?
This is really bad. You're
Wow.
fucking up my whole presentation now.
Okay.
And you're playing the entire video, which is annoying.
I can't get that out of there. I'm trying. That was the other thing I was trying to do. Okay. There's that. I'm not watching it. I can't hear it. So fucking relax. Chooch.
Fair enough.
See, all these people are screaming about how great OBS is, and I love OBS. I really do. I'm a fan. But sometimes they make things way too difficult.
Yeah, I could see where a simpleton would struggle.
Well, you've never even attempted to use it, so there you go.
Yep. So I've never failed at it. That's my new motto.
Inside an apartment in this building, something out of a horror novel. Police find a woman's torso in the closet, a leg in the refrigerator, and bones in a cereal box. Authorities arrested Jose Luis Calva, an aspiring writer and poet, with the draft of a novel titled Cannibalistic Instincts. The body belongs to Calva's girlfriend. Her family reported the 30-year-old pharmacy clerk missing. Police came to Calva's apartment after neighbors reported a terrible smell. This man works at a pizzeria nearby. He says Calva didn't look like a violent person. He looked like a normal person. The police spokesman says Calva told them he'd boiled some of his girlfriend's flesh but had not eaten it. Calva tried to avoid arrest by running from police. He was struck by a car and hospitalized. And he's being investigated in the killings of 2 other women, a prostitute and an ex-girlfriend, also a pharmacy worker whose dismembered body was found 3 years ago. John Belmont, The Associated Press.
So when they got into his apartment, they found a frying pan that was cooking human flesh with some lemon seasoning on it. He thought that was a good way to season people. As you heard, human bones and a box of cereal.
That's not Captain Crunch.
They also found her calf in the refrigerator. So aside from that, an unfinished book titled Cannibal Instincts or 12 Days. Cannibal Instincts for 12 Days, and a picture of Anthony Hopkins portraying Hannibal Lecter was up on the wall. So this guy was really into being a cannibal. He's having a lot of fun with it. A former girlfriend reported that he was obsessed with bestiality porn, witchcraft, and the saddest novel, 120 Days of Sodom. His lawyer claimed he killed the women because he was high on cocaine. Who hasn't done coke and then wanted to dismember women?
Every one of them I see. Every one of them. No, nobody, Carl. Nobody wants to do that.
On the early morning of December 11th, 2007, Calvo, who apparently had committed suicide between 6 a.m. and 6:30 a.m., was found hanging by his belt from the roof of his holding cell, although no note was found, and it's speculated that maybe the other inmates decided to put this guy down because he was a problem. So he never even had to face justice for this. He died before his court case. Police believe Jose was responsible for as many as 10 murders in Mexico City in the early 2000s, and they started to piece together all of these dismembered bodies that they had found in that time period.
Not great. I have to ask this question though. If you're in prison, right?
Yeah.
Like say you're a lifer, you're a hardened lifer, and you're in there and they bring in a guy who's a cannibal. Do you off him or do you just kind of like, I want to see what this guy's deal is? Like,
oh yeah, for sure. I want to talk to him for a bit.
Yeah. Before we kill him, right?
I mean, wouldn't that be a more interesting person to have a conversation with than like say a musician or some asshole like that?
Yeah, like just the person who walks in is like, I'm completely innocent, all that bullshit.
Yeah, you're like, okay, whatever. I got no time for this guy.
You.
Yeah, I want to talk to this guy. This guy sounds interesting. Oh, the other thing I didn't mention, you saw how injured he was? He jumped. He was up on the second story, his apartment. He jumped when the police came and hurt himself jumping and then ran into traffic and got hit by a car.
Perfect.
It's pretty good stuff.
I just have to say, though, it's wild that there's just like, what year was this?
This is 2007.
Wow. So my guy was 2022. He got arrested. It's just wild that there's so many like Mexican cannibals.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too, especially ones that are able to get away with it for a long time, apparently.
Like nobody gives a shit. Like there's other problems. It's just like, hey, I can abduct and eat women, peel their faces off and keep their scalps.
We live in a country where there aren't any other problems, but in Mexico, there's a lot of other problems.
Oh, I mentioned it earlier and I didn't really harp on it. When my guy was like skinning off their faces and shit, he was using an audio tape recorder and they had all of the audio of all of it to play in court.
This is cheating.
So
this is cheating. Your presentation is a wrap, my friend.
That must be a fun jury to be on.
Your presentation is a wrap. That is cheating. So go to thecreepoff.com, vote for who brought the creepiest Mexican this week, celebrating Cinco de Mayo, day after Cinco de Mayo, which would be what, de Mayo, Vinny?
Cinco de Seis?
No, Mayo was May.
Oh.
Seis de Mayo?
Wow, I'm really bad at Spanish.
Me
Holy
too.
shit.
I didn't take Spanish. I took French. Hey, Vinny, not that I can speak French at all either. Did you know that today, aside from being the day after Cinco de Mayo, is also Super Chat Monday?
I was not aware.
Dude,
the chat did not tell me.
We're not even celebrating it. We should be, because I see the Mechanical Ape is here to celebrate it with us. $5. Can you read that, Vinny?
No.
I think it says, Carl's amazing. Don't vote for Vinny. If I had to translate that on the fly.
Feliz lunes de super charla, vota por Vinny. I don't think that's what that said.
I don't know. That was my translation. Two-faced lying bastard, $2 says, sorry, boys, no super chat for me today. What the fuck? Why not?
Come on.
Come on. Super chat Monday.
Not even one.
Killing me. Troy Smith coming on. Human tacos, corn or flour tortillas? Great question.
Troy Smith just named the episode.
That's good.
Holy
I like
shit.
it. Great question, Troy. The answer is corn. Always corn. Always.
Yeah, because the
corn.
human meat is greasy.
Is that why?
Yeah, you don't want to put it in like the flour ones because then it'll all just fall apart.
Interesting. You know too much about this.
I know what I know.
Well, you're probably eating Italians. That's why. That's why it's so greasy.
Yeah, and a lot of cholesterol.
All right, guys. Thank you for your generosity and for participating in the show. We do appreciate that. We got to move on, though. You've heard our presentations. You're going to go vote. Cinco de Mayonnaise. That's what it is, of course.
Perfect.
So you know what that means, Vinny. It is time for a presentation of Carl's Cop Cam.
Oh,
Hit the drop.
I can't wait to see Carl's Cop Cam.
Fight with the cops for no reason. Will you please show me cause cop can lose all your rights, ruin your life.
A banger.
That's a great song, Steven. All right, so Carl's Cop Cam this week. I asked Vinny this morning if he'd like to see the Elisa Jordana body cam footage that came out that all takes place after the incident that we've all seen, and then she gets arrested. And Vinny said, no, that woman's annoying. I don't want to see her ever again.
I believe I said boring and annoying.
Okay. So I said, yep, that's fine. Jeff Spangler actually sent us a fun one. This is a gentleman he's the one filming this, not the police that we're watching. So he thinks that this is important stuff to document. He just got pulled over for running a stop sign, and we pick up there.
Oh, well, they're obviously harassing him for running that stop sign.
Again, time is I guess I'm studying to be a lawyer, and I'm a doctor of psychology, and so I get to the like fine detail of I hear you. So I'm just hop on. I can do that. Okay.
Out of the car! Out
Yes,
of the
I
car!
know.
Shut the fuck up!
Correct. So we're already starting off with the
did I tell you about my degree and the fact that I also study the law?
these fucking constitutional scholars, man. Watch out for them.
God.
I'm a big fan of the Constitution. I hate every constitutional scholar I've ever seen.
If I'm this cop, I'm like, I bet your name is Billy because I got a club named after you.
Yes, that would be fun.
I got a club here with your name on it, asshole. Super chat coming in from Space Age Hamburger. Thanks for the $9.99. He says this show is great because of Carl. Always vote Carl.
Yay, super chats.
That is correct, Space Age Hamburger. I haven't seen Space Age around before. I appreciate that.
It's amazing. We found a Carl fan.
Thanks for joining. It is amazing, isn't it?
It is.
So, of course, the police officer just, okay, can I just see your driver's license? And that's where we pick up on our next clip.
Well, did you know that as a therapist that it will hurt my feelings if I give you my license?
Yeah, I don't want to hurt anybody.
Do you have any driver's license?
No, sir, I do not contract. I'm traveling privately. So I don't, I mean, I do personally own a driver's license, so I'm not trying to break the law or anything. But the United States Constitution lets me travel without one. So, and I'm not going to accept any contract with the city of Lewiston or anything like that.
How patient this police officer is being with this nonsense, this horse shit. Sir, when the Constitution was written, we didn't have motorized vehicles, okay? This whole thing's just like, it's not the Constitution. I have to show my driver's license. Like, okay, this is kind of outside the Constitution. Not every single thing was written in that document, sir.
I hate sovereign citizens.
Yeah, oh, that's what this guy is. Yep.
Well, did I tell you about the one that I knew?
Remind me. Yes, you did.
Yeah. He was so dumb, dude, and so brazen. This motherfucker, right? He decided he didn't need to have insurance. He didn't need to have a driver's license. He took everything off of his car. I don't even know if he was making a payment on his SUV that he had. And it was a nice little truck. And
wait a second. Wait, as a sovereign citizen, you could just steal cars? That's awesome.
Dude, he doesn't believe in contracting with anybody.
I like that
unless it's with you and you owe him money.
Right. Then, yeah.
But he was a web designer. And so I met him through a friend and he designed some stuff for me. And he did a great job. But he was just, I would meet up with him and like to go over stuff. And he was just telling me all about this. And then eventually he just doesn't show up one day. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I found out it was because he was getting his car towed by the police because the motherfucker, what he did was he found a state that you didn't have to have any stickers in your window. In New York State, you have to have your inspection,
yes,
and your registration stickers in the window.
Correct.
So I think it was Missouri or some state where you don't have to have any stickers like that. He went online and printed out paper license plates, put them on something, then put license plate covers over them to cover them and keep them like safe from the weather and stuff.
Yep.
And a cop got behind him and ran him. Was like, "What the fuck is this?
This is made up nonsense."
And his cardboard license plates. Yeah, I don't know if they arrested him, but he owed a lot of money. Like there was a lot of problems. Like his license was gone, obviously.
Dude,
and
this
he
is not
wasn't
a
able
fun way to
do
live
it.
your life.
You will fuck yourself up so much harder than
Yes.
just doing the simple thing that all of us responsible adults in America do. You pay for insurance, you
Register your
driver's license,
vehicle,
and you register it.
keep your
That's it.
inspections up. It's annoying. I'm not saying it's not annoying. You know that in Florida, you don't have to actually get your car inspected ever. You could just drive any piece of shit that'll move.
That I buy.
Yeah.
That I absolutely buy.
There's some fun laws going on.
Hold on a second, real quick before I hit these. We got a couple super chats came in. Well, we'll just hit this one. Gardner fan says this week's creeps bring a whole new meaning to Taco Tuesday. Why are your tacos so good? I'd make them with love and Maria. Arriba.
Very good.
Super happy fun chatter. Thanks to the Jukebox. Says future episode biggest creep who can't play media.
Yeah, and look at Ray DeVito's face. That's him watching the creep off, and you tried to play my video. Even he's disappointed.
Bukaki Joe. Cookie Joe. $5. I'm chanting taser like Beavis when I watch these.
Yes, I know. And I don't want to be rooting for the police. That's what's so crazy about these. But these assholes with their stupid rights. Okay, so clip number 3. He explained something. I had no idea that this was a federal law. I had no idea.
Bet the cops didn't either.
I mean, I pulled over because you flash your lights, but federally, that's actually a federal offense, because you're not supposed to use your lights unless it's an emergency, right? I know, that's fine. You don't have to. Yeah, I don't either. I understand, and I just unless you're gonna threaten to arrest me for it, I'm not gonna give it to you. No, I know, but if am I free to go? No, okay.
I'd love to see what YouTube channels this guy subscribes to. I have a feeling Delete Laws is out there.
I want to describe this guy for our listeners. He is bald, greasy.
Yes.
Disgusting. He looks like Sam Loscow from Trailer Park Boys a little bit.
Yep.
If he just had a goatee, just a greasy looking shirt, and what appears to be a 2-door piece of shit vehicle.
Yep.
It's dirty as shit. There's fingerprints on the outside of the vehicle that you can see from the inside. That's how dirty and disgusting.
His posture also sucks. He looks like he's probably very obese.
Yeah, he is a obese man in a Pontiac Sunfire, and he could go fuck himself.
And he's got a stutter. I don't know if he's nervous or what's going on.
Actually, sir, I don't have to. And you used your lights, so that's federally that's an offense because it has to be an emergency.
All right, buddy. So, clip 4. Here we go.
Okay.
Unlawful detainment.
Oh, down this fucking road.
Yep.
Okay.
I just so you know, I am recording this because I can unlawful detainment is a civil offense. Just so you know. So you can detain me as long as you need to. I'm not in a real hurry to get home.
Okay. So that's weird, right? He's like,
what
I'm
a
filming
fucking
this.
weirdo. He wants this.
Yes, he wants this.
This is unlawful detainment. I just want to let you know, but that's
I'll
fine.
go for it. It's all right. You can hold me down.
Well, we're going to find out why in just a moment. Before that.
Holy shit, nailed it. S nailed it. It's Tobias Funk.
Okay, yes. Good call. Totally, yes.
Oh, my God.
Arrested Development. Very good.
Way to go.
All right, so yeah.
Not Fugue, Fug, because this guy looks like he stinks.
Clip number 5. So listen, sir, we just need your registration and your insurance and your driver's license.
No, but you can take me away if you'd like to. Oh, I hate him.
Registration and insurance here?
No, sir. This is a privately owned vehicle. It's not registered with the state. It's not what would we say owned by the state. So I just don't agree to the contracts.
Sure.
But you can run my play with the Department of Transportation. It is a valid number.
Can we? Just show them the fucking registration and insurance if you have it. What's the difference? What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to accomplish here?
You know what I don't understand about this?
Everything, hopefully.
Well, listen, you don't want to suck off the cops too much because let me ask you this question. It's 2024. Why do I have to have a paper registration?
That's a good point.
What the fuck are we even talking about here? I got to show you my registration. Scan the fucking license plate with the computer that's attached to your goddamn dashboard.
Can't they do that? Don't they do that anyway?
Like, they're just trying to catch you on something here. There's no fucking point. I understand having to see insurance. I get that.
Sure.
But most of the time you can just show them the fucking thing on your phone now. I gotta have a little fucking piece of paper in my glove box.
I mean, it's a bridge too far for you, Vinny.
Say I have to have a little piece
Is it a bridge too far? Is it that fucking difficult?
Do I have to have a piece of paper?
No, you should get the Chili de Castro trifold is what you need, buddy. All right. I'm pretty sure that's what this guy's following right now because he's just not agreeing to do anything. And so you heard him say, this is unlawful detainment, but no worries. I could sit here for a while. You're going to find out why. This is fucking crazy.
So I see what you've titled this. You're just learning what this is. This is what they all go for, everybody.
Okay.
If you have not seen this,
I'm not aware of this. This
welcome
is nuts.
to learning about the craziest part of this, the fee schedule.
But I do have a fee schedule. It is $5,000 for every 15 minutes you'll hold me up, just so you know. So if you want to run the numbers, I'll let you. You will be liable for a civil suit because I am a state national. Yeah.
State national. So he can charge the police department $5,000 every 15 minutes that he's sitting there in this traffic stop. Now, who's slowing up the traffic stop, Vinny? Let me ask you that. Who do you think is slowing things down?
I'm not going to show you anything. Look it up for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, maybe that's why he stutters too. It's just time is money, baby.
So my dude who I used to know tried to explain the fee schedule thing to me. And I said, you're out of your goddamn mind. Because here's what they believe. And I'm trying to remember this.
I like that we're saying it as if they're like Scientologists or Mormons. Like, listen to what they believe. This is crazy.
It might be a religion, dude. It might be because it's
so stupid.
They believe that the United States government was foreclosed upon.
Okay.
By some other national court. And they go by this ruling that forecloses on the government. And they say that because of that ruling, they are contracted into that ruling, not this ruling. So none of this applies to them at all because he's a state national or a sovereign citizen. Insert your brand of bullshit title for it here. But there's a penalty for harassing people because they beat America. They already shot down the government. So if you are harassing them and holding them up and costing them time, you are now causing damages to them. So they could set up a fee schedule however they want to. But in their original paperwork, if I recall, it needed to be repaid in silver. So
of course,
I've seen these videos where these assholes go, and you will have to pay me $5,000 in silver, officer. It's amazing.
Let me just go get my pile of silver. I'll be right back, sir. You're right.
Let me go to my treasure chest.
So
and,
insane.
I'll be right back to pay you. I'll go to the land of make-believe.
Well, the crazy thing is, and I don't even know what you're talking about. I haven't gone that deep in any of this stuff. But okay, let's say that the government no longer exists or is foreclosed upon or whatever. It doesn't matter because they're pretending it didn't. And you know what? That's all it takes. The whole concept of government is just a concept. That's all it ever was. Yeah. And the fact that our government allows these people to have guns in their pocket and force you to do shit you don't want to do is the system. Sorry, it sucks, but it is. That's what it is.
It's the most basic thing. You look at the reality of what is happening. There's a man with a gun on his hip who's telling you, in order to do what you're doing, you need to follow these laws or I will shoot you.
And here's the crazy part. That man with the gun on his hip, when you go to court with him, the court likes him better. He's going to be favored in that trial. So good luck with that, dummy. Okay, so now this cop's had enough, and he's being very patient. But now he has to bring up another officer, like, can you deal with this guy for me? So now another cop shows up.
Is it the supervisor? Because they always love to ask for the supervisor.
Probably.
Yeah, no problem.
How you doing, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I'm Sergeant Kepler. How are you?
Good. How are you doing, Sergeant?
Good.
I'm doing good.
My understanding you don't want to identify yourself?
Well, yeah, I'm not required to by actual law because I haven't broken the law.
You obviously have a couple stop sign violations according to my officer. Okay, so that is a traffic violation.
Right. Violation is not the law, sir.
Correct. It is.
It's a code. There's a difference. Right. Under what law or code is it?
Well, 498072 is for running a stop sign.
Okay, so that's a code.
I love that the guy says, well, it's 498072 is the specific code.
Yeah, I deal with this every day. In fact, we memorize these for assholes like you.
For assholes like you, I don't want to go back and look at the book, so I know precisely what law you broke and violated and why we're doing this.
I can't unsee David Cross now.
I know someone wrote in here that the reboot of Mr. Show is pretty good.
I really can't. And like I said, Sam Losco, but it's only because this guy is greasy like a caveman. But he is fucking Tobias. This is incredible.
Okay. Well, you're going to find out, just like Tobias was overeducated, you're going to find out this guy's really smart.
Yeah. Oh, is this guy an analropist too?
I do have a PhD. I'm actually really smart. I read a lot. I'm actually listening to a book on contract law right now.
Who gives a fuck what you're listening to?
Shit, who gives a fuck?
Jesus, you're trying to impress them? I know that my car is a piece of shit, but I'm actually a PhD. Well, then that's sad, sir. Then that's not good. You should be doing better in life than arguing with a cop about fucking rolling a stop sign. Hand over your fucking license, get your ticket, and pay it.
Officer, you know, I used to be the announcer for the Tonight Show. It's just a shitty fucking car.
All right, so my next clip here, now he's going to try to trip the officer up. He's going to try to outsmart him.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. Is this
what say you?
A civil law that I broke, or is it a criminal law that I broke?
It's an Idaho traffic offense.
Idaho traffic yeah, so you didn't answer my question though. Is it a civil law or a criminal law? Okay.
It's an infraction. You had an infraction violation for running a stop.
Okay. No, I don't need to keep digging. I mean, you guys can write me a ticket if you want, and we can deal with this in the court of law. But yeah, you bet. And then my fee schedule, like I told the officer, is
we're not worried about that.
Well, okay. That's fine. I'm not trying to be a jerk, sir. I just know the law probably a lot better than you.
Oh, that's what these guys all say too. I just know the law probably a lot better than you. I'm studying to be a lawyer.
You know,
is it civil law or criminal law? He's like, oh, got him. Trips him up.
The same goddamn tune.
Well,
just different instruments.
This gets nuts right here, because if you haven't heard enough bragging, wait until you hear this next one he comes up with.
Okay.
No one.
Okay, so I'll give you my passport under duress. Okay.
Oh shit! Hold on. I'm sorry. I set up the wrong clip. So this one. So finally, the guy's like, "So am I free to go?" They're like, "No, you're not free to go. You ran the red light, or you ran the stop sign. We're trying to figure this out." So he's like, "Okay, if I'm under duress, then I'll provide you with my passport," which is not what they're looking for at all. It's not helpful.
Okay, so I'll give you my passport under duress. Okay.
You have a valid driver.
I'm pretty sure if you run this in your system, you'll see that I do. But I do not agree to the contract. I'm only letting you know because, you know, I think we're at 10 minutes already. So that's at least violent. Right. So, but it's no, you guys are, because you guys flashed your lights. Just so you know, you flashed your lights, which is a federal offense in a non-emergency situation.
How is he supposed to get pulled over? I don't understand. Like, what's the mechanism to pull someone over then if they're not allowed to flash their lights?
Okay, I'm running for office now. I've decided officially.
Okay, good.
Here's the deal. I want to be the new DA of Monroe County, and here's what I'm going to tell the cops.
You got my vote.
Okay, here's what we're going to tell them.
Yeah, turn the camera off.
What you do is you take your camera, you physically remove it.
Yep.
Leave it on, but make sure that their window is open. If not, use the camera to smash the window. And then take that camera and just smash them over the face with it. As many, like,
yes.
face, nose particularly.
Yes.
Just figure these people.
Now, Vinnie, can I stop you real quick? This is probably a closed door meeting that we're having right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think you should run on this.
And then what you do is you hold their bloodied face up to a mirror and you say, do you know how that kind of looks like a face? What you're telling me about looks nothing like a law. And trust me, I know them better.
Yeah.
Any more questions, sir? And then what you do is you take the ticket that you wrote them and you slap it on their bloody forehead. It'll stick.
Yes.
And then you leave them there in a heap. And, if their car, is fucking illegal, then you have it towed.
Well, you also tell them, tell your buddies about me. Hey, make sure you go run to all your little sovereign citizen friends. Tell them about me.
Word gets around.
Word will get around very quickly. Not to fuck around like this.
We're almost to 10 minutes, sir. Your fee schedule.
Is he incredible? He's like, you're the one holding us up. Why won't you give us anything? They want his license. He goes, okay, you can get my passport, and then you can scan that, and then you can run that to try to figure out if I have a driver's license or not. All of this is just wasting everyone's time.
Bakuki Joe, thanks for the $5. If this video does not end like Rodney King, I will never super chat you all again. And in kind this time.
Well,
hold on a second. By the way, this is a white guy.
Yes.
Beat his ass.
I know. You know what? I should have spliced in Rodney King footage at the end of this. It would have been a better payoff. But all right, so this is where the bragging gets nuts.
No one told me there was going to be boasting.
My next clip.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, so I'm a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I teach a lot of officers, and I've had to study the law in regards to what you can and can't, what's a choke, what's not a choke, all that kind of stuff, and it's not a job I would want because there's a lot of legality in here.
What's your
point? You guys gave an oath, right, to uphold the Constitution. Some officers every once in a while confuse that with the state constitution, but the state constitution does say that the United States Constitution is supreme law.
This fucking guy, his voice is getting more and more irritating too, isn't it? He's just getting I'm a Brazilian black belt jiu-jitsu master, and I teach police officers. Okay.
I've been on the internet talking to hot babes all day.
Right. So then Kip, yeah. And then clip 12, the cop is finally like, I can't waste any more time with this asshole. Finally.
True law requires that even for this commercial code, if we called it commercial code, if you just play with me in that imagination station, right? That under commercial code, it's a contract. If it's admirable maritime law, there needs to be an agreed upon contract.
Maritime law.
If
you're on the highway,
right? All right, am I free to go? All right, thank you.
Okay, so they wrote him a ticket. They gave him the ticket, and they're like, "Okay, drive safe. Stop running stop signs." Am I free to go? Yes, you're free to go. Because the cop finally at that point is just like, I can't fucking take this nonsense anymore. I have one more clip on there, Vinny. This is the big payoff. This is why this guy posted this video. Remember, the annoying asshole who we hate is the one who posted this, and this is why.
Oh, don't tell me he's gonna try to dunk on everybody now. Oh, this mouse is so fucked up, Carl. Sorry.
It sucks. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Track pads, baby. Track pads are the way to go. We tell everyone.
Well, you called it a rolling stop, so that means stops within that. Okay. All right. Sure. Okay. Thank you. That's how it's done, folks.
He took a victory lap at the end.
Notice he's talking about losing his virginity.
Yeah.
Fucking loser.
So he goes, you call it a rolling stop? Well, the word stop is in rolling stop, so I guess technically I did. I was like,
okay, whatever. Have a great day, sir. Go about your day. And then he goes, see, that's how it's done. What did you accomplish with that? You didn't give them the driver's license and registration. Neat. It took you way longer. You still got a ticket. I don't understand.
I bet you that cop knows not to tango with me
Well,
again.
you're
probably right.
I want to see the follow-up video where he successfully sues them for $5,000. That's what I want to see. Then I'll believe that he actually accomplished something. Until then, I'm not buying it.
I'm with you.
That's how it's done, folks.
I'm with you.
Wow. What a cunt.
That was mind-numbing. Are you ready to do some voicemails,
buddy?
I
am, buddy.
The Creep Off voicemail segment is brought to you by the City of Syracuse. Hope you had a great Star Wars day. We here at Syracuse would like to thank the series for normalizing the fact that it is not unusual for things to get shittier and shittier over time. See you in Syracuse.
All right. This one came in during the show, but I could read it, so we'll give it a shot.
This is for the Creep Off. The other day I was watching one of those cop cam videos from their badges, and one of the people that they were chasing who was engaged in burglary dropped something. And when they picked it up, they were carrying
wire cutters, I think a hammer and a screwdriver, and they charged him with carrying implements for burglary.
Okay.
And I suddenly realized that's what Lisa meant when she said she was picked up for a screwdriver. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Yes, good point. So Lisa Boswell, we found out, had broken into at least 20 homes back when Lisa was a man, broken into 20 homes to steal women's undergarments and jerk off with them.
I was too embarrassed, Bob.
So yes, if you have the tools that will help you get into a home, then I think that they could use that against you.
I think so too.
Pretty good thoughts.
Congratulations to Danny from someone who also thinks that your presentation has helped save America.
Good.
Hey guys, first things first, Danny, congrats on the win. Big fan. Second of all, Karl, you really mean to tell me that all the world leaders go and decide who's going to be the president in this one grove? I think we have a shot of a do-over and actually getting this done right. Does anybody have North Korea's phone number? Guys, I think I'm going to fix it. I'm going to control-alt-delete it. Woo! Why has nobody thought of this? Al-Qaeda is so fucking stupid. They could have fixed America a long time ago. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
I'm not endorsing that. I wouldn't cry about it if it were to happen. I wouldn't be upset.
Oh, well, there goes us.
I'm just saying. I'm not endorsing it, but interesting thought.
Hey, thank you, Vinny, for getting that t-shirt sent out very quickly. Appreciate it, man. Hope you have a good rest of your week. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Wasn't me, my friend. It was Patreon.
Right.
So
Patreon does that.
remember, if you subscribe to the Creep Off Patreon, where you get a bonus episode every week, you also get some cool merch.
You do. After 3 months, you get a shirt or some shit.
Mug, stickers.
The shit we ain't. Who in here just wrote, we got to get Lisa Boswell. Oh, Chris Popke. We got to get Lisa Boswell as a third mic on the Creep Off. We really should get Lisa on here. That'd be amazing.
I think she'd probably do it.
I don't know if she has the technical fortitude.
They've had guests on that show before.
Yeah, I think Helga does all that, though.
Helga, you're going to have to sit in the corner. We're a package deal.
I like your Helga impression. So
dude,
mean.
I do Helga and Lisa all day long.
Me too. It's in my head. It's so obnoxious. I can't stop myself.
Is it in your head?
The shit it ain't.
Is it in your head? I like how she tries to just sneak stuff in. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one thing. If you vote for Trump, you are voting for a dictator. That's right. He wants to round us all up into camps.
Is that what you want? A dictator?
I was mowing someone's lawn the other day, and one of the blades got stuck in the grass.
I love how much you're studying this show as much as I am.
Oh, God.
It's great.
Michael C says, by the way, thanks for the down. Karl, was the guy arguing with the cops your brother?
It was not my brother. That was not Grant in there. By the way, speaking of my brother, see him at the Hackamania. He's going to be performing stand-up comedy. He's got his act all together. He's all
Promo
excited about
code
it.
Grant. Promo code Grant.
No, there's
20%
no
off your
promo code
tickets.
Grant. Stop with that. Hey, I got a couple voicemails
Grant
for us.
316. Hold on one second. One more super chat. Last slide, $18.99. Thanks for $3. Karl, you don't get it. He educated the cop.
Oh, you know what? You're right. In his mind, he's like, I had to explain to this police officer that using his lights to pull someone over, it's not an emergency. It's actually against the federal code. It's just exhausting. It's exhausting. And I had to watch that whole fucking video. But
I'm pretty good with electric fences, too.
Hello, my name is Edame Farquhar. I need a refill on my prescriptions. Customer number MO02132016F99. I usually go to the Walgreens on Monroe Avenue, but it got trashed by an unfunny lummox. He ate all the candy, called an Asian boy a jive turkey, and punched him in the face. Then he humped a Beanie Baby, ejaculated on a pharmacist, and ate all my glaucoma medication.
Oh,
He
no.
called himself the People's Champion.
Oh, no.
I heard police are still looking for him. Please refill my prescription. My daughter will come by tomorrow to pick it up. Edame Farquhar, customer number MO02132016F99. Thank you.
Vinny, you fucking a Beanie Baby at the Walgreens?
That Beanie Baby was asking for
Wait,
it.
what was it wearing?
Let me tell you
Busted.
something. Let me tell you something. I regret nothing.
Busted. I got another voicemail for us here.
Hey, Carl, this is for the creep off. I'm a federal law enforcement agent. You've never been a cop a day in your life.
Nope.
And you are a better cop than that jackwagon that pulled over the fucking DA. You're absolutely right. She could have a gun. She went in the house. That's the kind of asshole that gets other people fucking killed.
Yep.
So she needs to be prosecuted. He needs to be fired. This ain't the line of work for him. He might be a nice guy. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Go knit socks with grammar or some shit. Doing this job, you have to know you might have to take a life one day. This fucker ain't it. And then he'll fucking fail, and someone like me gets hurt, and then I gotta shoot the fucker, which I have no problem doing. All right.
Wow. That guy sounded a little unhinged at the end, but I appreciate the sentiment. Yeah, I wish he would have tackled Sandra Dorley. I went on all
I'm pretty
apologies.
sure that guy just deputized you.
I think so. Yeah, sweet. I went on all apologies last night with Andy and Joe.
Never heard of it.
It's a podcast, and we were talking about Sandra's apology, but even better, she did an interview with one of the local news stations.
Oh, I watched it.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
She's an insane person. Why is she out there doing these interviews? She can't answer the questions. Like, why don't you just pull her for the cops? She's like, I can't answer that. I had a bad day. She kept talking about how she had a bad day. She literally wanted that job so badly that she ran for office and did everything she can to raise money to advertise to get people to vote for her to get that job. More work than I've ever put into getting a job. And now she's complaining about the job she has?
Or will ever.
I mean, what the fuck?
Can I add that my favorite part of that interview was when they said to her, so why were you calling the chief of police instead of pulling over? And her answer was, because I was just letting him know that I wasn't a threat.
Yeah. Yeah, just why don't you let the officer
Why don't you pull the fuck over?
Yeah, that was
You're
a
just
lie.
lying.
It's a
You're
blatant
just
lie.
Fucking
Yeah, and
expect people to be stupid. I mean, they expect reporters to sit there and go, "Oh yeah." That's how little is thought of the media at this point.
Yes. Or the general population, for that matter. All of these people when places of authority think that everyone's a fucking idiot and they can just lie to you. And it's
You
like,
know
no,
why? Because that's how they got there. They've been lying and boot scooting all the way up the ladder, baby.
Dude,
and then she's
the Joe Biden shit I've been checking out lately, it's really firing me up because he's on with Smartless. We just covered that in WATP. He was on with Howard Stern. The Howard Stern shit was hilarious because then Howard had to come on the show next week and try to back up what he was saying with Biden and try to prove that it wasn't like questions that were planted by the White House, because everyone's going, what the fuck kind of interview is this? Why is everyone ball washing this guy? He can't form a sentence.
No, we agreed. No voting this year, right?
No voting. Everyone stay home. All right. On election day, stay home at your vote.
No vote this year, baby. The only thing we're voting on around these parts is the creep off.
That's right. And libertarians.
Yeah, I like them. I'm a fan.
Hey guys, just wanted to point out anytime Carl really drops the ball, you guys did a week about gangs and Carl just kind of whiffed it and then launched into a long individual piece about the wrongdoing in a police department. Police departments function as gangs for the most part. Oops, Carl, you almost had it.
So you think I should have presented that instead of Bohemian Grove? Is that what you're telling me?
The police. You should have presented the police.
All right. Now,
hysterical.
next time.
And listen, man, we might need to give this guy a call back.
Okay.
Hey, Karl Vinnie. This is Wes. Real name. Hey, just want to let you guys know that I'm celebrating 1 year this month being clean off of opiates after a 15-year battle. And it's all
drugs are
because
bad.
of
You
all
shouldn't
the
do drugs.
losers and creepos that I've watched on this show, and mostly because of Stuttering John. Love you. Love the show. Call me back.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
He
on
does
that.
have that effect on people. He does sober most of them up, except for Carl. It's pretty amazing. Carl can't get enough drinks when he watches John.
That's true. Yeah, it is funny that John likes to take credit for all these good deeds that he does. He thinks he's curing stutterers and doing other stuff. He literally is helping people, and he won't even acknowledge that. He's literally stopping people from drinking and doing drugs just by watching what he's turned into at the age of 58.
I can't
Congrats,
wait for things
John.
to come full circle, and you're just in your lonely bachelor apartment.
Oh, got my 500 square foot apartment in some shithole.
Trying to play guitar, but your fingers are
My fingers stopped
your fingers
working.
have somehow transformed into your toes, and you can't get the notes anymore. But you're still convinced that you understand who these podcasts are and what the people want to see.
Yep. And I'm sitting there going, Howard turned into Amos. I swear to God. He used to make fun of him, but now they did turn into him. I tell you.
Tell him, Andy.
Yeah, Andy's still there.
Chris left years
Andy's
ago.
the only one who's still there.
Chris left years ago because he was just like, I don't care for the way you're speaking to me now, Carl.
By the way, my band went on Wayo, WAYO 104.3. And we did a whole hour-long performance on the radio yesterday. And they did a whole video of it. It'll be up on YouTube soon.
Oh, that'll be fun for
Yeah,
everybody.
so you can see we play original music that we wrote, and we can see if it's as good as Stuttering John's.
Wait a second. I heard you don't do that.
I know there's some nasty rumors going around out there, so we're gonna squash it. Squash it.
Carl, I got good news.
What do you got?
It's time for a Scum Parade.
Let's go.
Scum Parade, take me on a raid of these fuck charades that these creeps have made. Scum Parade, Vinny and Karl gonna tell you about some fuck shit. Scum Parade, like stories of a kid fucked by his mom or dad, soaking up the blood of a cat. Scum Parade.
You know what I hate?
You hate Chris Popke pointing out that imagine trying to complete a 12-step program with a club foot.
I don't hate
This is
it
why I
for that.
can't
kinda
get
love
better,
it.
people.
It's a good point.
No, what do you hate, Benny? Sorry.
Well, I hate it when you meet a nice girl. I mean, back in the day, I'm a married man. I've been married for 15 years, but back in the day, you meet a nice girl, you know, and then you find out that she's just a prostitute and trying to get money out of it.
Oh, that sucks, dude. Because you're like, but what are those long conversations we used to have online that meant nothing to you? It's such a bummer.
An online encounter ended in multiple charges for one couple, Carl, included an attempted murder charge for a Florida woman named Crystal Skiba. Now, I call her Skeevy Skiba because they take a lot of time to discuss how disgusting her apartment is.
Yes.
And how disgusting her children are.
Well,
black-toothed, black-gummed children.
It's in Florida, so we're already starting off in a bad spot, and it gets worse from there.
Dude, it's fucking Hardy County, Florida. That can't be good.
No.
It's named after, like, fucking Hardee's owns it. Carl's Jr. runs the town.
Big Boy's the mayor.
Welcome. So deputies get called to the scene by the alleged victim, who claimed that Skiba fired multiple shots at him as he fled her home. Now, this guy's name has been redacted from the story because no charge has been filed against him, but they had met on Facebook earlier that day, and their conversation was very flirtatious. And apparently this guy was trying to start a horror production company. And
thought that her house could be a nice set for one of the scenes. And
can I get your mutant children as extras?
Yeah, right.
With their fangs. I mean, the article says they have black teeth and black gums. What the fuck?
Yeah, a 5-year-old and 7-year-old missing teeth and rotting teeth.
They just come walking out of the like they have tails and shit. That's not normal.
Well, you know what? There is no mention of a toothbrush in the Constitution. So if you're an American, you shouldn't be brushing your teeth.
Well, even George Washington used furniture polish on his.
That's true. And replace some teeth with wood, but
that was the joke.
Probably not great.
So when he arrived, Skiba directed 2 young children to go into another room before taking the man into her bedroom.
Okay.
Now, the arrest report states the man says he spotted a handgun on the bed. Okay, so you come by and she tells her black-toothed kids to get out of the way, takes you to the bedroom where there's a gun, and you're over there to talk about your horror production company.
Well, it was getting flirtatious, though. Let's not forget.
Sure. So they get in the room, and he claims that Skeevy Skiba tried to seduce him and get him sexually aroused.
Yep.
which is really hard when flies are landing on you.
I would have thought so too, but doesn't she end up giving him a blowjob? Isn't that what the story says?
Yeah, she gives him a blowjob.
How the fuck do you get it up in this house?
I don't know. Like out in the hallway, you hear those two kids going, "One of us, Gibo Gobble, one of us." And like, it's fucking awful. So she starts blowing him, and he's going for it. And then she adds to the blowjob, "You know, you can't leave without paying me, right?"
Right. I guess he didn't realize that this was going to be an expensive blowjob considering the state of the home he was in. Figured this was a freebie.
The man told investigators at that point he tried to leave the home. He's like, "I didn't come. You can't charge me. I didn't come. You can't charge me."
That's true. That is the law.
So, Obama. That's another one of those Obama
Yes.
laws. He tries to leave the house, but Skiba grabs the gun, attempts to block him. With his hands in the air, he pleads to leave, walks past her, and as he begins walking to his car, he hears her cocking the gun, and he's like, evasive maneuvers, and he's fucking running to his car, and apparently
He's like
he was
OJ
very
in the
lucky.
airport looking for whatever that rental car company is. I
Dude,
can't even think
his
of it.
dick is probably bleeding because her teeth weren't much
Oh,
better.
right.
He's trying to run holding his fucking chewed up dick. And she starts trying to fire the gun, but it jammed.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Both children were in the house at the time of this. And this is where the police said this. They said when they went into the house, they found both of the children. They were experiencing deterioration and blackening in their gums and teeth, and with some missing that is not consistent with juvenile development.
Right. They're not being kept up well.
Yeah. So she claims, also they found firearms, illegal drugs, paraphernalia. I'm just going to lead into this, baby.
Let's talk about meth, baby. Let's talk about it, yes, sirree. Let's talk about all the bad things and the bad things meth heads see.
Your kid's teeth are black.
Well, there's also cat shit. I mean, there's a list of things. Mold.
Mounds of trash.
Mounds of trash. I mean, this is Senator John's house. This is how horrific this is. Yes. Roaches. There's no food in the house that isn't rotting. I'm guessing this is not a great place for children to grow up.
Well, the cops had tried to have a conversation with the kids.
Yeah.
I imagine these two probably speak their own mutant language, clicks and shit. But they said, "When was the last time you went to school?" And they went, "Oh, no. I never been to school.
I ain't never been to school. I've paid my taxes 20 years.
I once killed a man by a dumpster."
You done showing off now?
5 and 7-year-olds.
We should just recreate that reality show. Can we do that next week? On the Creep Off?
Okay, I'll buy the wigs.
That's all I want to do.
Shit you do.
Shit you ain't.
Skiba's charges include second-degree attempted murder, false imprisonment, and child neglect. She has pleaded not guilty.
Well, what's crazy is her story was, oh, no, he took a gun and was shooting at me. They're like, dummy, where are the bullet marks? There are bullet marks in his car, none in your house.
Nope, those are teeth marks.
How
Those
does
are
that
not bullet marks.
How does that story check out?
Wow.
Fun stuff.
Turns out she's dumb.
Yep.
And easy. All right. Maybe the name of this episode is It's Not Easy Being Skeezy. It's a Cheetos corn puff joke.
I get it, Vinny. You like snacks. We got it.
We got.
You're a big fan of snacks.
We got to hit some super chats.
Yeah, we've had a few roll in here since the last time we looked at them. No, even higher than that, actually. It's Uncle Poopy.
Uncle Poopy. Here we go.
I'm late, Carl. You get my Lisa Boswell images? I don't know. Where'd you send them?
I hope not.
Send them to my email? I don't know.
Michael C. Carl has been doing a Lisa voice for years.
I've been doing Lisa's voice for years.
What I love about
You
Lisa,
like what I do you?
You know
like it?
What I love about Lisa, like I said on the show, it feels like I've known her my entire life. Like as soon as I was introduced to Lisa Boswell, I'm like, I don't remember my life without her in it.
The grandmother I always wish I had. Matthew Rowley, thanks for the $5. Off topic, but I listened to the WATP Stern clips, and Imus was always the more intelligent show. Stern was Beavis and Butthead to Imus's South Park. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I don't never listen to Imus. I was just told that he sucked by a guy who now sucks, so I don't know.
Yeah, man. My whole perspective could be completely wrong.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. I'm realizing now that maybe I shouldn't have been all in on the Howard Stern show based on what it's turned into.
Talking about Ray, when will he be on David Collins? And will Squashing It with Ray DeVito become a real podcast to squash the Dabbleverse beef?
I thought it was squashed. I thought the beef was squashed. Oh, yeah. That reminds me. I got to follow up with Ray about David Collins because I guess he's been blocked for some reason. David Collins is a great guy. He was just on Blind Mike on the show yesterday. Very funny gentleman.
I enjoy David. I've
He's
had
great.
lots of great conversations with him. Great kid.
He's coming to Rochester.
When?
We're gonna see him over the
DabbleCon?
summertime. No, he's just traveling and he's gonna pop through. So I said we got to do a show together.
Hit me up. I'll see if I can find you a guest spot somewhere, David.
It's true, yeah.
Ebony, thanks for the $1.99 or whatever that is, a pound. Biden passed law, cash refund for bad BUO jobs.
Yes, that is true.
Let me tell you about my fee schedule for blowjobs.
Yes.
If you waste my time, it's $5,000 I charge you.
I still am blown away by that this asshole. Is there any precedent for that? Has there ever been anyone who's sued the police for $5,000 and gotten it?
You think that if there was, these guys wouldn't have that case number and be quoting it over and over?
Good point.
Again?
So there isn't. Okay, thank you. That was my point.
Yeah. All right. Boston, Carl, an American Airlines flight attendant was indicted Thursday after authorities said he tried to secretly record a 14-year-old girl using an airplane bathroom last September.
Dude, the first thing I thought of when I saw this is like, how do you hide a camera in an airplane bathroom? There's not a lot of nooks and crannies in this thing. Like what you see is what you get.
Dude, there's no good way to do this.
No.
As we're going to find out.
Yeah.
Police have alleged that Estes Carter Thompson III, 36 of Charlotte, North Carolina, has recordings of 4 other girls using lavatories on an aircraft where he worked. Thompson was indicted on 1 count of attempted sexual exploitation of a child and 1 count of possessions of image of a child, sexual abuse depicting a prepubescent minor. Now, he was charged and arrested in January in Lynchburg, Virginia. He had been in federal custody since then. A lawyer for Thompson said after the indictment by a federal grand jury, he was unable to comment, but apparently what happened was during midway through a flight September 2nd, 2023, from Charlotte to Boston, a 14-year-old got up to use the main cabin lavatory nearest to her seat, but found it was occupied. Thompson, being the white knight that he is, then told her, hey, the first class bathroom is open.
Dude, hot chicks get all the breaks, don't they? It's not fair.
Let me tell you something, man. If these tits could have gotten me a first class bathroom.
Right?
Oh,
never once.
Never once. Usually when I do that, people turn in disgust.
They kick you off the plane.
Yeah,
mid-flight.
They don't even land. Before she entered the bathroom, Thompson goes, oh, hold on a second. Let me wash my hands real quick.
Yeah.
And he goes there and says that the toilet seat was broken.
Don't touch the toilet seat. It's broken.
Yeah. After he left, the teen entered the bathroom. She saw red stickers on the underside of the toilet seat lid.
Must be where it's broken.
Open position. Beneath the stickers, Thompson had concealed his phone to record a video, investigators said.
Dude, it's his phone. When I first read about the camera, I'm like, oh, it must be like a really tiny little camera that blends in. He popped his fucking iPhone behind the toilet.
It's worst off. It's a 15 Max. It's a big one. Fucking idiot.
It's so stupid.
She sees this. She takes pictures of the thing that's there. And then she leaves the bathroom. Prosecutors allege hundreds of images of child sexual abuse generated through AI were found on his iCloud account as well.
Dude, those poor artificial children. They don't deserve that. It's bad enough you're not real, but you're also getting fucked by a person who's not real too. Jesus.
What a goddamn slippery slope this AI is, isn't it?
It's awful, man.
This is that's the most disturbing part of the story. Fucking, I expect stewards to be fucking perverts.
Sure.
I expect a steward trying to catch a glimpse of someone taking a dump.
I mean, why not?
Out of all of them, they all look sus.
What about the sassy ones on Southwest that, like, when they're doing the safety instructions, they turn into a rap song?
Yeah.
They're not looking for people to shit. They love their jobs.
Wait, what?
You ever seen that before?
No.
Oh. Fly Southwest more often.
I will not fly Southwest. Southwest sucks. Southwest made me fly from New York to Baltimore to New York to Florida. Southwest go fuck themselves from now until
Forgot
forever.
about that. Holy shit, you're bad at booking flights.
Dude, that was not the original thing. They ended up moving stuff around.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It was not on my itinerary, sir.
How are you getting to Vegas? Through London?
Greenland. Fucking through Greenland. I'm heading there first, motherfucker.
Good.
Yeah, piece of shit. So they also found 4 additional videos, like I said, between January and August of 2023, in which Thompson recorded a minor using the lavatory. So you know what that means?
He got away with
this
it.
shit worked 4 times.
But all of those girls were younger. This girl's 14. She got her own phone. She knows what the deal is. Couldn't take advantage of her.
That's true. Those kids were 7, 9, and 11. You got video of them not wiping properly. Good for you.
I know. Fucking gross, man. So you know how they found those videos? From his iCloud account.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Apple. Whose side are you on? The customer or the authorities?
Are you on the side of the imaginary AI children?
Yeah.
Apple.
Come on, Apple. This is a loyal customer here. Buying your phones, every upgrade.
Boy, this is fucked.
Now,
We're fucked.
The craziest part about this story, though, Vinny, they contacted the family. So they find that there's 3 other children on this guy's phone taking a shit. And so they reached out to the families. Wouldn't it be better if the families didn't know this guy had photos of their children taking a shit? How does that help them in any way?
Let me tell you how happy those parents were. They probably won't even tell their children. They'll just accept the checks from the airlines. That's what this is.
You think that's what's going on?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
I do think that's what's going on.
I'm
You're
just like,
right.
why the fuck would you tell these people? It's horrific. Okay. All right. Fair enough. So don't
I
fly.
bet you the airlines called. I bet you the airlines lawyers called. Hey, listen, we had to fire an employee. This happened. We think this is totally heinous. Here's a check for $15,000.
No, it's this. You guys can fly anywhere you want in the continental U.S. for the next 3 months on us.
Not on weekends or holidays.
Not weekends or holidays. No upgrades. You still got to pay for the bags.
Okay, we'll give you 1 checked bag, but you got to sign now. But you got to sign right now. All right, let's head over to LA, shall we?
Yeah, what's going on in LA?
This one's fucked. I don't know. Maybe you'll be behind this guy. I don't know. A 22-year-old man has been arrested following a sexual assault on an elderly woman.
Okay.
And officers, Carl's been with me this whole time.
Well, you know my stance on older women, Vinny.
Oh.
But I'm going to go ahead and say it. This is going to surprise some people. I think this one, too much of an age gap. I think this one's a little creepy.
Yeah, she 81.
He's 22. She's 81.
Yeah.
That's too far for me.
Talk about a winter-spring relationship.
That's too far. That's 4x the number of years. That's not good.
Walker Gabriel Munoz was taken into custody Friday and booked for kidnapping with intent to commit rape. His bail has been set at $2.1 million. Now, family members of an 81-year-old woman told Eyewitness News Munoz committed the acts Monday around 6:45 p.m. in the woman's apartment. And it was caught on video because they have a camera in the house to make sure that the old lady doesn't fall over and die. They could check on her. It's like having a goldfish. I'm going to get one of these for my mom's living room.
It's great. You don't care enough about your mother-in-law to put her in a home where she needs to be and get the support she needs.
Yeah.
But you care about her enough to set up a camera and just let that record. And in case something bad happens, you can call the authorities.
Or funny.
Yeah, probably. They're probably looking for America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah.
Footage.
So the woman's son-in-law says the video shows her letting the man into her apartment after he knocked, mentally unaware of what she was doing. I don't know how you could tell that from the video. But after checking out the rooms, he returned to the living room where the camera shows him sexually touching her and making her perform sexual acts upon him.
So do you think this guy, when he was growing up as a kid, was sexually abused while watching Skeletor on He-Man or something? Like, this is a weird fetish to have. To want to fuck a skeleton.
This kid got raped watching Golden Girls.
Okay, something like that must have happened. That's fucking weird.
He knocked this old lady's teeth out and had her giving him a gummy blowjob while he's saying thank you for being a friend and cried. That's what happened here. In case anybody's wondering, I'm pretty sure. The video
name this episode Gummy Blowjob. All right.
It is not. It was the other one that we said.
Okay.
The video catches him doing things that I wouldn't wish on anyone, said the son-in-law. There's a lot of elderly people in the community. This guy needs to be off the streets. Yes, agreed.
Yeah, and in the homes where you can get gummy blowjobs. He's not doing it on the street, dummy.
So listen, if you live in LA, right, and your grandma has been raped by a strange 22-year-old,
Mhm.
you need to call the Foothill Division of Detectives at 818-834-3115.
Serious calls only.
All right.
There's no laughing matter. So do you think this son-in-law has uploaded this to Pornhub yet? Or where can I find this
I don't know.
video?
I was looking to send
I gotta
it.
say, I know MILF porn is a very popular category. I don't think elderly woman porn is racking up the views over there. I could be wrong.
You don't think so?
You don't want to watch me get fucked.
You don't think so? So my favorite thing about her is how she says things so happily.
Yeah.
You know, she smiles.
I was watching this morning's episode. I'm sorry. This
Someone
is-
said her head moves like Terrence and Phillip to the right.
Yes, that was hilarious. I was watching this morning. I'm sorry, we keep going off on. If you don't know what we're talking about, that reality.
If you don't
show,
like it, fuck you.
Lisa Boswell, and you know, Vinny, she just stares off to the corner. She's just looking at herself
Do
the
I?
entire time.
Do
That's
I?
the video monitor. I caught her like playing with her neck thing that sticks out.
Her Adam's apple.
Yeah. So you know, she's just sitting there going, "Oh, I've looked better."
I forgot to moisturize.
Yeah, she's got that Bill O'Reilly thing going. Like, you would think if you stare at yourself long enough, you would do something about that.
Yeah, I grew a beard.
Smart. Good move.
Oh, shit. All right. Last story, Carl. It's a shame when marriages don't work out. A Washington state man was sentenced to more than 13 years in prison to be followed by 3 months of community custody.
What the fuck is that? 13 years plus 3 more months of what?
Just got to make sure. He did something really bad.
I don't understand that. I've never heard of such a thing. That's so stupid.
Well, Washington state sucks, Carl. What do you want me to tell you?
Fair enough.
He received this sentence for kidnapping his estranged wife from her home and burying her alive in an attempt to commit second-degree murder.
Jesus. So, Vinny, I ask you, do you think that spending 19 years in Afghanistan was a good thing for our military personnel? Think that was a smart move on our part?
Did we bring freedom?
Nope. Not even a little
Yeah,
bit.
Probably should have thought about that before.
Probably should have done that, huh?
But they were trying to bring freedom, though. They didn't bring it.
Well, I think that they were trying to stop.
They didn't even bring him a little freedom
For a minute, a little bit. Women got to take their headdress off if they wanted to.
Who cares about that?
Yeah, it's not great. I have a feeling that there's a lot of people traumatized by that experience being over the desert for so long.
Yeah, well, this gentleman, Che Kong An, he was 54 years old. He kidnapped his estranged wife from her home on October 16th, 2022. The woman had previously put out a domestic violence protection order against him, and he bound her in duct tape, even going as far as to cover her eyes, but she managed to use her Apple Watch to send an emergency notification to her trusted contacts.
Dude, that would be the craziest Apple Watch ad ever. That'd be so intense. They should really use that as, because you've seen that before where they say actual story, someone, yeah, right. And so they show someone was rescued.
Save me.
Yeah, so watching a woman get tied up and buried alive, and you're like, oh, this is crazy. And they're like, Apple Watch to the rescue.
Hey, Siri.
Yeah. They can start a whole campaign called Hey Siri of people almost getting murdered, but thankfully they had their Apple Watch on.
Hey, Siri, release SEAL Team 6.
Hey Siri, I'm being buried alive by my ex-husband. I don't know why it was Lisa Boswell all of a sudden.
I don't understand.
Yeah, right. Well, the Apple Watch can't save everyone, but it could save you.
Dispatch advised they could hear muffled screaming and sounds of a struggle. Officers arrived and found the garage door to the residence open. Cops wrote at the time of the crime. Shortly thereafter, the children of the resident arrived home and told officers their mother and father were at home when they left to go to the store about a half hour prior. Officers cleared the home and no one was located. There was used duct tape found in the home. It is believed to have been used on the victim. Authorities say that Ann dragged the woman into the woods, stabbed her, buried her in a hole 65 inches long, 30 inches wide by 19 inches deep. That is shallow, people. Shallow.
That's, I mean, don't you want to be buried alive in a shallow grave, though? Wouldn't that be easier to climb out of?
Well, I guess my point is that's really easier to climb out of.
I mean, she was stabbed and stuff, too. So probably thinking like she's going to bleed out and die here.
Yeah, but come spring, maybe something will grow.
Sure. Vinny, this is people's like biggest fear, right? Being buried alive.
Yeah.
This is awful. This is really terrible torture, I would say.
Well, not only did he put the dirt on her, he planted a tree, like a sapling on top of her.
I mean, that's cute. That's fun. But burying someone alive seems like a sadistic thing to do. He got 13 years and then 3 months probation.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind, everyone.
Yeah. I hope they make him like dig holes during that probation.
Then he'll just get good at it, Vinny. You were just saying how it wasn't a deep hole. That's why
how else is he gonna learn?
Don't let him get good at it.
I believe in rehabilitation.
You're insane. You are an insane person. This guy should be flown back to Afghanistan and left there.
And I'd
all
like
of
to
our
be your
equipment.
district attorney, Monroe County. Please vote for me.
Yes, I will.
So she believed that she was under the ground for hours, but she managed to get out of the duct tape and escape. She was able to dig her way out of that 19 inches of dirt and tree roots. It was the next day on October 17th when a resident neighbor woke up to the sound of the woman pounding on the door and asking for help. She said, "My husband's trying to kill me." And they called the police. Now, she had walked between 20 and 30 minutes to get to that home. As for Cheyenne, a person walking on the trail found his vehicle approximately 200 yards off the road. In minutes, Thurston County deputies and Lacey cops responded, found the vehicle, and arrested the defendant. So they caught him pretty quickly because he never thought she would get out.
Right, yeah. That problem's done. Next.
And he got a plea deal.
Checking out the to-do list, moving on. Yeah, they wanted to get him for the maximum. This is what I don't understand about this.
Your Honor, what is my client's crime here? Landscaping?
This is horrific what this guy did. And he's getting a slap on the wrist for it.
It's just psychotic. The defense said the defendant, a former military intelligence warrant officer of 3 decades, lived with PTSD.
You know, it's funny. Some people with PTSD have a hard time sleeping at night. There's some flashbacks and stuff.
They have a hard time burying a proper.
Others kidnap their
grave,
ex-wife
too.
and then try to bury them alive. Yeah, it's a big range of things that happen.
Kids, that is this week's Scum Parade. Thank you for joining us. What a fun episode.
Wow, we were setting off iPhones in the chat. Sorry about that. Hey, Siri.
Porn.
Hey, Siri, hang up. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri, hang up.
Hey, Siri, call mom.
Oh, no, it's so mean.
We're a bunch of pricks. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're out of here. Don't forget to vote at creepoff.com this weekend on your bonus episode.
And check us out at Hackamania. We're going to have a lot of fun in Vegas. So if you're considering it, make it happen. You will be upset that you missed out.
You will. Hold on, Carl. I want to remind everybody what's happening on Friday.
We're hunting pedos. Gonna
Coming up
hunt some
Friday
pedos
for all you
tonight.
bonus content subscribers. That's right. Patreon, Supercast.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Backed up by.
We're hunting pedos.
This would be a lot of fun.
Crank one out, you're going to jail.
That's just my favorite part. Okay, hold on. Tex Fartson. Has there ever been a bigger creep than Vinny? Yes.
No, not bigger. Not bigger.
Come on. Come on. JFK Head Chunk just said my watch is just called Stevie Tomatoes.
Oh no! Oh no! We finally got away with that too. Now we're getting our listeners to call Stevie Tomatoes. This is a disaster,
Oh,
Vinny.
man. I'm just waiting for them to issue the warrants.
They're gonna add 3 more months to our probation now.
Don't
God
forget
damn
to
it.
follow our results girl, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
At Danny Desolation. She's
Hi.
follow her. Do it.
Yes, we
All right.
recommend it.
We got it. Thanks, guys. This is getting stupid.
Vinny.
Play my music.
It's more.